Oh my god, please. Guys, would you believe me if I said I I know how to do spreadsheets? Because if you believe me, that you're wrong. Don't believe. So yeah, I think Bravely Default's original soundtrack was more compelling and had a lot more impactful moments. Um, the So one of the things about Bravely Default, sorry, I'm about to spoil something, but Final Boss has a medley of all the character themes baked into the fight. I didn't really, I don't think I heard that for this one. I do think that the music that was there was very impactful. But I guess I was more expecting of like a lot more cohesion with that, and in the end. Um, the art, it got a 7.5 because I'm just not. I don't think I'm the biggest fan. Oh, I don't think I'm the biggest fan of um the Switch, like it being on the Switch. I think the art style is beautiful, like all of the painted like cities and stuff like that. I think that's um I think that's neat. But the anti-aliasing and like the way that it appears on a bigger screen is not. I don't like it at all. Um, the character designs were really good. I think they were very memorable. I think that they also had personalities, but I think that's like getting into story and all that. So I'll save that for that. Gameplay, pretty good. It's basically the same as Bravely Default. It's what I expected from a Bravely Default game. There's a lot more jobs this time around. I think it's like double the amount. Um, the only the reason why it got an 8 and not like a 9 or 9.5 was because the fucking battle voices. I can't. I'll go back probably then. I can't with the battle voices. Like when if you're a game developer and you're watching this for some reason, hey, thanks for watching. But um, if you're gonna do battle speed as just a mechanic in the game, whether it's times 2, 3, 4, 10, 16, whatever you want, 69, don't put battle voices. Don't make them talk when they're doing attacks. Don't make them stack voice lines when they're at the highest speed. It's just annoying. I had to switch from English to Japanese because they're just shorter. They weren't screaming all the time. I didn't really understand what they were saying in battle, but um, they they don't need to talk all the time in battle. I understand like that might be like a immersion thing or something like that, but it's a fantasy game. You take me out of the immersion when we go into asterisk battles and there's just fire everywhere. Um, I didn't really enjoy that, but the combat was very good. I think that's what they need to keep going forward. Like the amount of things that you could do and still have a good team is up there. Story. I think that the overall story was interesting enough because it had a lot of twists and turns. Sometimes though, there's like it's obvious like, oh, okay, this guy's gonna die, or there's like some cliches every now and then. But there were there were specific points where I was like, what the fuck is happening? There was the Pictomancer arc, right? That was all fucked up. The Wiswald arc. Um, the fairy stuff, that was all weird. And sorry, not fairy. There was fairy things happening in Rheimdall. I think that's what it was called. The ice place. Where they were just killing a whole bunch of people, like it was the Salem witch trials. Like that was fucked up, and I didn't expect that at all. It was pleasant to I guess it was nice as like a breath of fresh air. Uh, but though the Salem witch trials tropes were, I I could see like, oh, okay, it's just gonna continue. There's gonna be a bad guy and up in the higher up, and we're gonna take down the church, basically. Um, I think towards the later half of the game, there was a lot of disconnect with, like, at least to me, there was a lot of disconnect between learning about the Knights Nexus and then like suddenly being able to fight it. Maybe that was just a product of me taking like some time between each of the quests to like, grind and stuff. But I feel like that's usually the case. Whenever there's like a sudden enemy, um, it kind of just throws me off a little bit. I don't think the Knights Nexus was so sudden, but I definitely think that it could use a lot more introduction and a lot more effect on the world. Like we didn't really get to fight Edna that much. We didn't really get to do a lot of things that much. I don't even know if she's alive anymore. Weird. So we're gonna go to the personal score. I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10. I think that it's a stellar game, but there's a lot that it leaves to be desired. Mostly like voice acting and the in combat voices as well. Also the load times. The load times were bad. The frame rate issues were pretty bad too. I don't know if it came up on stream at all, but like there was several points where it just it wasn't smooth and it didn't look good, and I don't know why it wasn't smooth to begin with. It was interesting to not have like an airship either, but I mean everything was close enough together that I guess it didn't matter. I kind of forgot to talk about this, but the characters themselves, I think that they were all very unique. Even the asterisk holders, I think they were all very unique. Some of them were just kind of there to be there. It felt like, but I don't. When you put like 28 or something bosses into the game, I imagine that it might be a bit difficult to make them all like fluid and like, why are they there? I did like in Bravely Default 1, you fought different combinations of the asterisk holders. I would have liked to see that a little bit more instead of like the one-on-one battles. But I mean, there might have been a reason behind it. They wanted casual players to not feel overwhelmed or something like that. I could have done the challenge portals on stream, but that's another discussion that we can have later, probably off stream or something. Would I recommend this game? I would. I think that it's a solid entry in the series. I think it's a proper sequel, even though it's the third game in the series. I think if you play Bravely Default 1 and then Bravely Default 2, not Bravely 2nd, it's a nice little transition. Bravely 2nd, that's another issue, and we'll probably talk about that later when I play it, if I play it. That's gonna be that.